What's up, everybody? It is New Comic Book Day. It's the best day of the week. I just got up, I ran to Sheets, we bebbed up. I got a cherry vanilla ghost, you know, best energy drink of all time. But anyways, I am on the way to a class for work, and I will be in here until 5 p.m., which is tragic, but I have to take it in order to get something for work. But I have not even looked at my pulls yet. I just know that there's, what was it? There was one book I was really excited about, and I already can't remember what it is. I'm still waking up. But anyways, I will see y'all when I'm on the way back from my class and get started for the vlog. We got some crazy books this week. What's up, everybody? I just got back from the store. We are going to start off the video going over my top 3 books from last week. Last week was a little bit slim. There were not a whole lot of books that came out, but there were 3 that stood out to me pretty heavily. One of the ones that did not stand out to me was Matt Fraction's newest issue of Batman. And you can see I got the Absolute Batman shirt on in honor of it being Absolute Batman Day. The origin of Harley Quinn drops today. But before we get into this week, I'm having trouble not because of the amount of peak that came out this week. Let me start off. So Matt Fraction's Batman last week, I'm getting close to where it's just completely lost me. I don't care. No one cares about the Vandal Savage stuff. Poison Ivy becoming mayor is okay, whatever. The new Butler came out, which is maybe going to be cool, but I'm getting a vibe that she's going to try to act really smart and make Bruce look stupid. And I think that's what he's going to be going for because he's already making Bruce look really soft in all of these issues. So I don't know. I hope it's good. The art's great as usual, but I hate that run so far, other than like 2 or 3 issues. But starting off with our top 3, in third place, we have The Punisher issue number 6 by Benjamin Percy. This run, as usual, is one of my favorites. This was a first appearance of a new killer that is kind of like a cyborg Bullseye. And he's got like a self-guiding bullet. I wasn't a really huge fan of his design per se, but his power was really cool. And the issue was really interesting. It was really cool seeing how he like targets innocent people in the city and just kills for fun pretty much, or to get the Punisher. It was really interesting. I like that book. But coming up next, we have The Dead Man issue number 2. I do really like this series, but one of the reasons why my top 3 aren't super crazy, except for my number 1, is there just wasn't that much. But I wouldn't even say this or Punisher was anything insane, but this book is really, really solid. I love what they're doing with it so far. The first issue was good, and this issue was really good. It's a really solid series. Everything from Next Level that's coming out is just good all around, and you can trust, any of these books being on your pull list, unlike Marvel, which you can't. Any of these will at least be worth checking out, okay? Whether you aren't the biggest fan, I don't know. But everything on here is at least good, and I would give this issue like an 8, 7.5. It was good. It's really good. It's a very, very wordy book, so don't come in here expecting it to be like an easy read. It's not. It's really good. The whole thing where he's going down to hell to like find these new monsters now is just cool, and the art is so sick. But Batman is in that issue a lot, and Plastic Man, so it's interesting. But then I think in everyone's number 1 spot of last week, we have Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 12. Oh my goodness, what a masterpiece this series was. It was so peak every second of it, front to back. I don't think the second arc was as good as the first arc, but I still think it was like a 9 out of 10, 9.5. And I think the first arc was a 10, but this issue was just fantastic. It really showed like John coming to like the full brink of his insanity and losing his mind, and the world lost their minds along with him. It was so beautiful. And then he finally rekindled with his wife. It was just, oh my goodness, it was such a good run. But I definitely need to go back and reread that entire run. And I also need to make a video on that run, which I need to do on my Absolute Batman one. I know I've been promising it. I've been slacking. Work's been really tough lately, so I haven't really had a whole lot of time to sit down and make a good one. And I didn't even make a new comic book day vlog last week. That was bad. Can't believe I did that. But yeah, I need to get back. I need to get back hard on it, but hopefully I can get some of those done this weekend. But yeah, so that was it for last week. Now let's get on to this week's polls. Starting off, most likely what's going to be my book of the week next week. It's Absolute Batman number, what is this now, 22? Yeah, 22. And I'm doing something, and as you can see, it's already sealed up. So I'm doing something with Absolute Batman now that every A cover I don't open, and I immediately throw it into Mylar so I can keep it pristine, and then immediately grab a variant. And this is the Brad Bean variant, the guy who draws Dork. So I'm doing this every week so I can have obviously more of Absolute Batman with variants and keep the A covers beautiful and pristine. And this is not even so I can sell them, because I will never sell any of these books. It's just so I can keep them in perfect condition. And I'm thinking about, I know it's totally OD, but I'm thinking about eventually putting all of them in comic capsules, but that's just me. And little haul from last week. Go check it out on my TikTok if you haven't. I got a new copy in. Super, super sick. Loving this one. But anyways, and I got it. I ordered it for $198 the day before the announcement happened, so secured that. Coming up next, Absolute Catman. Whoa, Absolute Catwoman #2. I'm really excited about this. I love the first issue. I don't think it's gonna be anything that's like, oh my god, this is the most insane thing ever, but it's good. It's a solid book. I love it. Anything Absolute touches is usually great, and Shay Grayson's a good writer. Coming up next, we have Bleeding Hearts #6. Great run. Dennis Camp. Legend in the making already. Everybody knows it. Everyone's talking about it. Don't even really need to say much about it. And then we have Clayface Celebrity Dirt #1. This book might be a money grab slop. Most likely it is because the movie's coming up and they just had to do something with Clayface. So I don't know, but the art looks kind of a little questionable in it. I mean, it looks good, but I don't know. It looks a little bit like Disney Channel kind of, but I don't know. Hopefully it's good. I like Clayface. He's really sick, but that one is a new #1. Really excited about that. And then Fury of the Firestorm #4. This is my favorite non-absolute ongoing from DC right now. Every single issue, in my opinion, has been a perfect issue. Super, super sick. I'm loving this run. Please, please, please tap in if you have not. And then I got 2 DC back issues in honor of a couple things. One, we have Mr. Miracle #15. I've been looking at this issue for a while because I think the cover is super sick. And this is in honor of the show coming out. I wanted to get a little bit more Mr. Miracle just to up my game on it. And then in honor of my recent Batman craze, I got Tom King's Batman issue #50, the Jim Lee variant. This is the Batman Catwoman wedding issue, and this was super cool. Snagged that for $10 and the Mr. Miracle issue for $3. So those were some pretty cool pulls. And then coming up next, we have Rascal Randy #1. We are onto the image pulls, okay? And if you can't see, that is the Acme Bat. That is my LCS's mascot, and they got a custom cover for this book. So I had to pick this up along with that cover. It's so cool. Acme gets a bunch of, like, custom covers on a lot of different series. I'm trying to think of all the ones. They got some for Secret Wars. They got some for The Intrepid Scapegoat. That was an indie series a while back. They have some cool art and some trades that get released, like Deadly Class and God Country. Super sick. But moving on from Rascal Randy, we have Transformers #34. Every single time an issue of this comes out, I feel like a nail is getting driven further and further into a coffin, and it just breaks my heart because I love this series so much, and I don't want to let it go, but it's not good. It's just not good. I'm not saying it's Marvel slop level bad, but it's just not good. It's not what it was. I don't know what Kirkman's doing on it, to be honest. Void Rivals is getting pretty good again. ROM was great. G.I. Joe is the best Intergon book right now, but it seems like he's just taking everything Daniel's done and just throwing it out the window and is now doing his own thing. And also these DNA covers are just not very good. Like, what is that? This is a Transformers book. What is that? What am I even looking at? I know a lot of people know who this character is. I can't remember who this is. Pretty sure it's from an old show or something, but what are we doing? Like, all the covers are just like simple posters. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. It hurts my heart too much. And then we have Ben 10 issue #3. This book is, I can almost guarantee, slop. I think it's a nostalgia trap. I'm going to try it for the first 6 issues, but I don't really like it at all. I like the alien design in it a lot. Design, not art, because I don't really like the art in this. I feel like it's lackluster in a lot of areas, especially with the facial drawings. But like then I'll show you just a couple examples. Like, some of the faces just look kind of off and a little strange, but like, yeah, like there's another example. It looks a little weird, and I'm not trying to hate on the artist, but it's not my thing. But I love the aliens design. Like, I think Cannonball looks super cool. Cannonball's a really sick alien. But anyways, I might stop that at around issue 6. And then coming up, we have the black and white Duo Power Bomb. I got this variant because I missed the Japanese manga, like Japanese pro wrestling cover, which sucked, and it was totally my fault. I forgot to put my order in, but Jermaine at Acme still secured me 1 copy, so super hyped about this. And then I already talked about it, Rascal Randy A cover. And then the other Intergon Universe book, Mask. Okay, first issue was pretty cool, but I don't know where the Intergon Universe is going, and it sucks because it started off so strong, and it hurts because it was such an amazing interconnected universe, and now I just feel like it's kind of teetering out. And I feel like 5 years from now, it's not going to be on the top of anybody's pull list, which sucks, because when Daniel was writing it, you could say 10 years from now it was going to be the #1 on everyone's pull list. But now it's just like, I don't know, it's just average, nothing too crazy. But I really hope Kirkman can lock in and pull that back together. But if you can't tell on this list, there's not really much Marvel, because the Ultimate line is over, and I don't want to support them at all if possible. But I had to pull Stephanie Phillips Daredevil, issue number 4. I like this run so far. It's not anything that I'm obsessed with, but Stephanie Phillips is really cool, and I love supporting anything she does. So it's good enough. It's definitely good enough for me to keep pulling, and it is not by any means Marvel slop, but it's good, and I love Stephanie Phillips. She's super cool, and I love to support her work. But that is it for this week. I'm about to read Absolute Batman number 1, and then I'm going to call my friend and talk about it, and then I'm going to talk about it on here. Peace. Oh my gosh. What did I just read? Holy spoiler warning. Do not keep watching this unless you've read this issue. You have been warned. That was insane. That honestly, oh my god, that was so good. I expected this to be like filler, and I'm gonna just go over most of it. Like, so basically it's Harley Quinn's origin, right? And it's like her having a conversation with Bruce, like while they're running from the Robins, and it's like Bruce is getting closer and closer to Arkham. And she's like, hey, I know something about Arkham, you need to not go there. And she starts telling him the story about how her mom lived in this house and people would come in and out of her like closet and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out she goes into her closet leads to Arkham. Oh my gosh, her mom's been working with JK and is now going down, like been trying to expose JK. She goes down there, she figures out her mom is Dr. Arkham. That was like the first huge plot twist, but even that's nothing compared to the rest. And then you see Absolute Calendar Man for the first time, and then these I can't remember what it's called when twins are attached together, but two twins like that. And then there's one guy laying on the ground, and I couldn't really tell who it was. But first, remind me who those twins are in the comments if you know. But it was like, I think it may have been Mr. Bloom, maybe. I could be horribly wrong, though. I have no idea. But I think it's Mr. Bloom. Because it looked like there was something on his hand that looked like a flower pot, but I'm not sure. But so that happens. Then it gets revealed that, like, Scarecrow, like, lies to people all the time, right? And, like, makes people super scared of one thing and then, like, oh, look over here at this thing. So, and, like, Harley's talking about that. So it makes you think, oh, what if Scarecrow was lying to Batman and his whole life wasn't a joke and they just made up all these files? So now it's now you just have no idea what the truth is. And then it keeps going, and you figure out Joker is Harley Quinn's dad, and it's like, what? And he comes out, and then he's talking to her mom, and he calls her Pudding, and I'm like, bro, holy. So you don't know if that's true for sure or not, that he was her actual dad, or if he just manipulated her. Come to find out, it pans back to Bruce. He's walking into the cemetery, and I'm reading, I'm like, why is he going to the cemetery? And it shows some panel of, like, him crying over his dad's grave, and I was like, maybe it's just going to be a cool art scene. Boy, was I wrong. Okay, so he's crying, and then he's holding a shovel, and I'm like, what's happening here? Like, why is he about to dig up his dad's grave? That's really weird. He digs that up. It's empty. And it's like, what? And then the next page, he gets a phone call. And it's like, he's like, yo, and it's Scarecrow on FaceTime. And Scarecrow's like, yo, boss man, I got somebody to show you. And he turns the phone around, and it's Bruce's dad. And he's been, like, chained to the wall, like, starved for so long. And this literally could be Bruce's dad could still be alive. I'm, like, manic with how insane this issue was. But, like, so there's two things. And I was so invested in it, I completely forgot this character had even just gotten introduced. Clayface, first of all, just gotten introduced. So this very well could be Clayface. That would be insane if it was. That would be a little more predictable, kind of, but still awesome if it is Clayface. Or that's a little bit low-hanging fruit. I wonder if they want you to think it's Clayface and his dad actually is alive. And it's like, they could take this so many different directions. They could make it his dad is alive, and they're going to torture his dad in front of him. They could make it like his dad isn't actually alive, and they dug up his body, and then now Clayface is pretending to his dad, and they're going to trick Bruce by letting them meet and then, like, killing his dad again just to mess with him. There's so much they could do here, and it's just going to be so insane. This series, there's no argument that this isn't, like, the best comic book coming out right now. I don't think there's no book that has you literally jaw dropped at a scene like that. There's just nothing. I mean, there's some books that are good, but, like, even Martian Manhunter. And, like, Absolute Superman had one, and it was, spoiler, when he got his suit remade, and that was kind of a huge jaw drop. But, like, it's just, nothing is like this. It's literally so peak. It's literally peak fiction right here. Flawless. And I wasn't a huge fan of this cover for this issue. It's a gas cover, don't get me wrong. But it didn't really fit. I don't think it fit the vibe of the issue. It focused more on the Robins, which I think it should have been more of a Harley focus cover. But that's just my opinion. It's still an awesome cover. But I really love my Brett Bean cover too. So that's it for this week. I'm going to go post TikTok. I will see y'all next week. Hopefully this weekend if I can stop being a chud and get my videos out. Peace out.